After the Spotify deal fell through, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry officially cancelled the Rocketypes podcast. According to a chief executive from the streaming behemoth, the podcast failed because it didn't satisfy listeners. Spotify Hall Mega is taking the streaming giant to court to reclaim Advanced and is sending a truck to Montecito to revoke all studio equipment. The podcast, which had 12 episodes last year and was hosted by the Duchess of Sussex, had as its stated goal to explore the sect and subvert labels that attempted to hold women back. Now, the chief executive of Spotify has revealed why the company believes the podcast was a failure. Although the well-known couple may have been removed from the £18 million podcast, the boss said in an interview with the BBC that they thought new innovation was needed to happen here and that they could come in and offer a great experience that both makes consumers happy and allows new creators new other news. He continued. The truth is that some of it has worked and some of it hasn't. We're learning from those and moving on. Wishing Water speaking to Zoe Kleinman of the BBC, who had asked them if 12 podcasts from both sexes over a 2.5-year period were worth £18 million, she claimed his reaction had been quite annoying. After just one season, the Sussexes were formally dropped from the Spotify arrangement in June. The Sussexes tried to get exclusive copyright ownership of the term archetypal after the purchase fell through, but the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office refused to grant the pair permission despite their repeated pleas because the title may be confused with an already existing brand. The fact that the Sussexes have taken millions of dollars from Spotify for a very meager episode in over 2 years has infuriated all of Spotify's attorneys. Due to controversy surrounding the music industry, Spotify was forced to defend its hiring of the Harcourts to its investors and even appear before the British Parliament with one of its executives. The two men had done nothing deserving of $1 million each. The Spotify and Netflix partnership was unclear from the beginning. Harry and Meghan are too afraid to go back to court with Spotify because they were involved in a year-long legal battle over the latter's desire to recoup their money. A tool or blooper-inclusive recreation of the podcast incident is a significantly more profitable way for Spotify to recoup its investment in Montecito home studio. A vehicle was seen pulling up to the royal couple's estate recently, carrying pricey video recording equipment that would eventually need to be moved. It seems likely that Meghan and Harry will need to go to court if they cannot agree on the terms of the contract. Spotify made more attacks on gender roles in the media. In a segment of The Grifters, Simmons, the head of Spotify's podcast innovation and monetization, disparaged the two. He remarked, "That's the podcast we ought to have started with them."